What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 126 of the Clever and Original Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Kody Misialek, alongside me, the man with the plan, Jayden Reinhart.
Yeah, I was actually surprised when the video started because I wasn't paying any attention.
Yeah, I mean...
And he said, what's up? And I was like, oh, it's happening. So that's how little of a plan I had.
Yeah.
That is what happened.
My plan was to get top 10 in PUBG, though. That happened.
That's cool.
By myself, solo.
Oh, you can do teams in that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like duo, squad, and solo, I think are the options.
Yeah, I haven't played that yet. I've only played the bootleg version, Fortnite. I did get top 10 in that a couple times, but that's just... You just get that by hiding, essentially.
Yeah. Well, I didn't hide, though. I got 4 kills.
I mean, I got a couple. I got like 3, but like most of it was just like at the beginning, you know, when there's like 100 people.
Yeah.
Killed a couple people, then I just walked around and like hid.
And that man over there is JJ Larson.
Yep, that is who I am.
Mr. Fortnite.
Like, yeah, I haven't played it in a while. I kind of want to again.
See,
I should install it just to have it, I guess.
It's free. I mean, why not?
Is it?
Yeah,
I haven't
Fortnite's
played
free,
any of these. I don't know what you
Battle
call them.
Royale, I think people are calling it.
PUBG's coming to Xbox, I think.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe. All right. So if you haven't listened to this before, with the Clever and Original Podcast, we talk about comic book, movie type stuff, video game type stuff, particularly in that order. So let's get on with the news.
Yeah.
So trailers drop for Jessica Jones Season 2. Got a release date of March 8th, I want to say, if I remember correctly. I'm really terrible at remembering dates or whatever. So yeah, Jessica Jones Season 2 is coming out at the beginning of March. March 8th. I was right.
It is March 8th?
Yeah, so March 8th.
That is when it's
A new trailer dropped. It was really short, kind of like 1 minute. Showcased a new character. Seemed to have some romantic thing with Jessica going, and then showed Jessica doing a lot more action-y stuff than like previously. We saw the trailer. What are thoughts on the trailer? Season 2 coming out maybe sooner than we thought it would.
Looks good. I mean, I didn't give me a lot of plot details, which is good, I think. I although I like plot details, I also like to be surprised when I go watch something.
Yeah.
So, because that rarely happens, you know, I'm rarely truly shocked at anything that happens in like a show, especially if I've seen a lot of trailers. But
yeah,
I'm excited for it. It's coming this soon, which is crazy to me. Like March, that's
March. So
that's not far.
3.5 months.
Yeah, not bad. It's a good way to do a trailer and release. Like it's coming like around the corner.
Yeah, before Avengers actually.
Yeah. Wow.
Damn. Yeah, and Punisher just dropped, and so that, and then also apparently the Defenders are staying with Netflix according to a new report as well. But yeah, getting a bunch of Season 2. Jay, what are your thoughts on this trailer?
Yeah, I mean, looks like Jessica being Jessica. I mean,
doing her thing. You know?
Yeah. Being
kicking ass.
Being
an alcoholic, being angry, and being smart.
Ass.
4 of my favorite things.
Yeah.
I don't remember if we've talked about the villain, or who the villain is really. I guess I haven't really paid much attention to this.
Yeah.
Although maybe that's for the best, going in blind sort of thing.
Yeah, that's what I like doing. You know? I don't. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, especially with the way Season 1 went, the whole investigative thing kind of you don't know what's happening. Maybe that's best. Also, it looks like she's doing a lot of investigative type stuff again, which is good. Awesome. Obviously, she's a PI, so
I like seeing that.
We like seeing. Yeah. Any other thoughts on this trailer? Obviously, good to see.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad we're getting this before other things. You know, this was the one I wanted like really badly. So.
Yeah, like the most probably.
Yeah. This is the first season was my is still. I haven't seen like Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Defenders, or even
You're getting behind.
Yeah,
I'm very behind. I'm taking I have school off, of course, so I'm pretty soon here, so I'm gonna be taken that time to finish up like 1 billion shows that I'm behind on.
Fair enough.
One that I watched half the season a year ago, and it ended on like crazy shit was happening, and I just didn't. I just stopped.
How can you do
like
that?
I just stopped.
Those are the nights when I go to work the next day. I'm like, yeah, I stayed up till 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Like watching like this entire series, like from first to the 13th episode.
Yeah,
I don't know how you can just stop.
I just stopped and I watched the next episode like yesterday, and I was like, shit, that was fucking nuts.
Yeah.
I was like, so that's what happened. Like, wow. But yeah.
But yeah, Jessica Jones coming out in March after Black Panther, but before Infinity War. So like, what we get like Star Wars this week actually.
Yeah.
Thursday night.
Yeah, and then
in the States, I think other places get it before us, but
yeah,
Sons of bitches.
so we get it this week, and then so this month, and then January there's not really anything, and then February Black Panther, March
Jessica Jones.
Yeah, and then a month off before the big one in Avengers.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot coming along in the next few months. Continuing with the trailer stuff, Sony released a trailer for their new animated Spider-Man movie, Into the Spider-Verse. The trailer showcased Miles Morales as Spider-Man with his black Spider-Man suit, and then showed a lot of him and references to how many Spider-Men there actually are. And then it ended with Miles asking Peter Parker, like, how many of us are there actually? So interesting that they are adapting the Spider-Verse storyline, which actually is fairly recent in comics.
Several years old now, like 2014.
Yeah, I mean, that's still only 3-4 years now.
I mean, it was really I liked it a lot.
Yeah,
I thought it was really good. So.
But yeah, so that's what they're showing. Animation looked interesting. I guess we all saw it, correct? So what are our thoughts on this Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse trailer? And I guess just the idea of an animated Spider-Man movie in theaters by Sony.
I mean, I think the animation style really caught my eye. Like, at first it was like, oh, this is kind of weird. But then, like, I got into it, like, when you're swinging around and flying past all the cars. Like, yeah, this is actually really cool. And then, like, subtle references to not so subtle references to, like, comic books. Where, like, he, like, pushes himself off a car. And then, like, quickly flashes, like, some onomatopoeia that you'd see in a comic of some sort. So it seems like it's going to stick true to the comics. Love the animation style. Storyline seems interesting. I've never read it, so
yeah,
I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if it's gonna go along the same lines,
maybe
as the Spider-Verse kind of comic series. That'd be interesting. I don't know how they'd fit. There's a lot of stuff there, so it'd be a little hard to fit that all into like a feature film length. So maybe they won't go exactly that way. There'd probably be less Spider people in this than there were in the comic.
Yeah,
because there were so many. There was a ridiculous.
There's like something different with like animated movies that seems like you can just like throw in more characters than like say with live action, right? Especially I'm sure there's gonna be more Spider-Man than like if they did this in a live action one. Obviously.
Yeah.
But it's probably less, I would think. Obviously gonna focus around Miles Morales, Ultimate Spider-Man, and then Peter Parker, regular Spider-Man. I would assume that those two are the main protagonists.
Spider-Gwen.
She'll probably be like the supporting lead. Interesting. I really like Jay said, I like the art or the animation style. Liked the way it looked.
Yeah.
Really good. It actually made me, because we've talked about this before, like in passing, that Sony was doing an animated Spider-Man movie. But this made me much more, I don't know, excited about the idea, more comfortable with it than originally I thought. after this trailer. So,
Mm-hmm.
any other thoughts on this trailer? No.
Excited for.
So I think it comes out in 2019 or 2018, maybe. I'm not entirely sure. Well, let's look it up real quick. But yeah, so animated movie, Spider-Verse stuff. Anyway, we'll just move on. So reports are that Disney is close to closing the deal with purchasing the entertainment section of 20th Century Fox, and that a deal could be announced as early as this week. Some saying that even as that they could see it happening before Christmas. That apparently the details are all that is left to be worked out with this thing. And then also in related news to that, Kevin Feige is reportedly eager to get to work on the X-Men and bringing them into the MCU.
All right.
Actually, for those who don't know, Kevin Feige actually got his start working on the original X-Men back in 2000. That was, I think, his first job as a producer. And clearly that, it's done well since. Thoughts on the potential aspect of Disney buying this again, and then the fact that it seems like the first thing we would get is an X-Men into the MCU. It seems.
I mean, that would be crazy. I still don't know how they're gonna do it, but they'll figure something out, I guess. But
there's so much material that they can use.
There's a lot of shit there.
This.
They could do pretty much anything. Yeah. But I am excited. I've want that the more Marvel properties that they get back, the more callbacks to comic series they're able to do. Now if we had Secret Wars ever happens, which it probably will, just thinking about it, that's probably gonna happen. We'll get Spider-Man in the black suit, we'll have all this crazy shit going down,
right? That'd be awesome. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting to think because not only that, but X-Men already have a lot of movies currently in production. In fact, there's an X-Men movie coming out in 2018. And then we also talked about the James Franco one. It was Duplicate or something like that.
I wonder how that would actually work.
And then obviously Deadpool, and then rumors of X-Force, etc. Interesting to see what they would do with all those movies that are in some sort of production, probably mostly pre-production. If they would just cancel them outright, I would assume they'd cancel most of them outright. Maybe not Deadpool because that's already doing so well.
No,
I would hope not.
They couldn't do that because he does not work with how they make movies.
Yeah, no.
His character does not function in the universe that they've created.
Yeah, right. So I mean. I would hope they would continue it, even if it was under the Fox banner still, which is another question if they'll keep the banner of 20th Century Fox, because that's different from what the Fox business side, I think, at least. But interesting to see how they're gonna do that. Also, they would get the distribution rights to Alien, Avatar, I think Predator,
Spider-Man versus Predator.
I mean, that'd be kind of cool. It'd have to be it'd have to be a gritty imagining of Spider-Man, a Spider-Man that just straight up fucking kills people.
Yeah,
and has frightening spider abilities. He just fucking stabs people and fills them with poison that liquefies their insides. It'd
have to be man's spider, right?
Yeah, man's spider.
Instead of I think that's Spider-Man where Peter Parker actually becomes a giant spider, right?
That one's fucking awesome. I used to have a toy of that when I was a small child. I think it was sick. It had 4 arms, like hairy shit, like a bunch of fucking eyes, you know.
My God.
Interesting to see how X-Men would work. I mean, obviously, I think Fantastic Four would be an easy plug.
Yeah, that would work
also Silver Surfer, Skrulls, Doctor Doom. Obviously,
Doctor Doom is the best part of this.
Yes.
Besides X-Men, having Doctor Doom is great. That's like, what more could I ask for?
Right.
X-Men potentially joining the MCU, probably because it seems like Disney's closing the deal with Fox. Moving on, we've got some news relating to Detective Pikachu. We had talked recently, a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago or so now, about shortlist actors for the role of Detective Pikachu, include The Rock. Well, it turns out Ryan Reynolds has won the role, or at least is getting the role, of Detective Pikachu. He will voice the character in it. Rob Letterman, who directed Goosebumps, is directing the project. Supposed to start shooting in mid-January in London. And then also Justice Smith will also star in it. She will also be in Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, which is coming out this year. And then Big Little Lies actress Catherine Newton will also be in the movie. So yeah, and then you get Alex Hirsch and Nicole Perman to write the draft. Nicole Perman, best known for writing Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
But thoughts on Ryan Reynolds becoming Detective Pikachu?
I mean, fuck, that's weird enough that it's great. that's just weird enough that I am in.
It's definitely different than anything I've ever heard of.
Okay, it's really fucking
It's like this animated character that's always had this cute voice that only can say its own name.
Too.
Very feminine voice.
Ryan
just
Reynolds.
slap Ryan Reynolds on it. Even Dwayne The Rock Johnson would have been really weird too.
Yeah, that would have been weird.
Weirder, I think.
Yeah, probably a little weird.
Yeah.
Well, when the game originally, the game released in Japan, it never released anywhere else. But I remember hearing the voice of Detective Pikachu. It was really weird.
I was like, what? I'm so confused.
Very deep and I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Pikachu is a male Pokemon, right? At least in Ash's Pikachu.
I mean,
I think Ash's Pikachu is male.
Yeah.
It's unclear though. How you can't tell?
No,
there's no way to tell.
I think they refer to it as a he.
Yeah.
But anyway,
there's no
Pikachu can be both genders and or just sex
in the Pokemon games.
Yeah. So I mean, it doesn't really matter, but at the same time,
it's
I don't think it really mattered. I don't think the inflection of the Pikachu sound really changes all that much.
It's like your dog talking to you.
Yeah.
It's what the fuck? I'm sorry. You've only said bark your entire life.
And now,
I don't know
you're
this side
solving crimes.
Yeah. It just blows my mind.
Also, I think Ryan Reynolds is probably one of the better ones to do an absurd thing like this.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he does. Deadpool. There you go. I was obvious. This is really obvious. Why can't I think of it? Deadpool, yeah. So, that's pretty ridiculous. So, Detective Pikachu isn't too far-fetched for his roles.
I'm just hoping this is weirdly awesome.
Yeah.
But,
I hope so. I hope it's great. I'll see it regardless. I just want to see this.
You know how Power Rangers is cheesy but awesome?
Yeah.
I want that to be this. I want Detective Pikachu to be cheesy but awesome.
We need to sit down with the Power Rangers movie with the fucking ooze.
The original one?
Yeah, I want to be get really drunk and watch that movie.
Ivan Ooze.
Trevor and I did that a while ago. just
Such a
going
strange
after the
movie.
Power Rangers and yeah.
Weird stuff.
And now the Avengers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just kidding. Purple. Thanos. It was. I really hope that like the Avengers movie comes out, like all this like whole trailer stuff is just like deflection. It's actually like Thanos has got this like ooze jelly that he sells to parents to get them to like fucking do his bidding.
Like, here's the ooze.
It's
Now
like-
tell me where the Infinity Stones are at.
And then the fucking Avengers have to like form the Megazord or whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So yeah, Detective Pikachu, Ryan Reynolds.
Mhm.
Hopefully it's really good. I think it comes out 2019. Set to film soon. Moving on, that does it for comic book movie type stuff. Moving on into the Game Awards, which happened this past week. So
The
just
game.
running through the winners. The big prize of Game of the Year went to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, beating out Horizon Zero Dawn, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, Super Mario Odyssey, and Persona 5. Should I say that? So yeah, that one, best game of the year. Thoughts on that?
I mean, I have not played any of those games. I'm gonna come out.
None.
I have
You
not
played
played.
Persona 5?
No, I played Persona 4. That's
4? You haven't played 5?
No, I haven't finished
Oh.
4 yet either.
Okay.
So I still need. I got stuck on a dungeon,
I thought you
and I
played
just
5.
yeah, I haven't played 5 yet. But
Mm.
I haven't played any of those games. But like, to me, I guess just from what I saw of all the games,
Mhm.
Mario seemed to make the most sense. 'Cause-
See,
but
having
I don't know. So.
I don't know. I played both Legend of Zelda and Mario, and I think Zelda's better in my opinion. I think it's much more innovative too. I don't know. That's just me personally. But Mario Odyssey is a really good game. I do have Horizon Zero Dawn, but I haven't played it yet. Need to get on that. And then PlayerUnknown's Battleground have not played, but everyone seems to love it.
Yeah, same with Persona 5.
yeah.
I've only heard good things about it. Even Donkey likes that game.
Yeah.
And Donkey doesn't like JRPGs. So,
So yeah. Any thoughts on best game of the year, Jay?
I mean, I feel like every single game on that list, from what I know of it, was a good like winner for first place. I wouldn't be upset if any of those games won first place. They're all
I want to play all of them.
they're
Yeah,
different.
I
Yeah,
haven't
right?
played them.
Yeah.
I haven't played them. But
That's
I
like a
want to
quick
play.
list of like the top game. Mom, Dad, if you're listening to this, get me one of those games and I'll be happy for Christmas.
You don't have a PS4.
Jay's
Give me a
mom
PS4.
And Dad. What the fuck? I don't
Yeah,
know.
buy
I
a
don't know.
PS4 for Jay.
And then get me all
Persona
the games.
5 and,
Every single one, please.
and Horizon Zero Dawn. I need to get both of those. Like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
could. Because I do have a PS4.
Mm-hmm.
Tax
Yeah.
refund, that's what it's going to.
So going on a
Gotta
bit,
buy a Warhammer model.
Oh, yeah.
going on a bit into the other awards, we'll just run through all these real quick and then just do our thoughts. Best game direction was won by Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Best narrative went to What Remains of Edith Finch. Best art
Need to play
direction
that
went to Cuphead. Best score went to Nier Automata.
Okay.
Best audio design went to Hellblade Setsuna's Sacrifice. Best performance went to Melina Jurgens for Hellblade. And then, or Setsuna's Sacrifice. Games for Impact also went to Hellblade Setsuna's Sacrifice. Best ongoing game went to Overwatch. Best independent game went to Cuphead. Don't care about best mobile game. Best handheld game went to Metroid Samus Returns. Best VR game / AR game went to Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. Best action game went to Wolfenstein 2 The New Colossus. Best action adventure went to Zelda. Best role playing went to Persona 5. Family game went to Super Mario Odyssey. Best strategy game went to Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
What else was nominated for that? I'm curious.
Halo Wars 2, Total War Warhammer 2, Tooth and Tail, XCOM 2, War of the Chosen.
Tooth and Tail was? I gotta play that. I've seen that game like a trillion times on Steam, but I was like, rats, whatever.
Fascinating that Mario plus Rabbids won that.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I'm curious.
I haven't seen a lot of it. To be honest.
I'm just interested, like what the general strategy game. If the community is like a little weird about that.
I mean,
I got the feeling that it was like a casual XCOM.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
That's kind of the vibe because it's Mario and Rabbids, right?
Yeah.
So you would think it wouldn't be that strategic, but
yeah, I don't know. I haven't played it.
I'm wrong.
I did. It did look cool. So
yeah. I'm continuing on best sports racing game. Went to Forza Motorsport 7.
They combined sports and racing.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably for the best. I mean, racing is often considered a sport.
I guess. I guess I kind of see them differently, but
yeah,
that's just me though.
Most anticipated game, pretty dumb award in my opinion.
Yeah,
but Last of Us Part 2.
What do you know?
Wow.
What a surprise! Yep.
Trending gamer, Dr. Disrespect, no idea who that is, to be honest.
Twitch streamer.
Okay.
Esports.
He wears sunglasses.
Best esport game, Overwatch. Esport player is Faker.
How many years is that? That's happened before, I think. I mean, that kid's fucking nuts, but yeah.
And then
very good league.
That pretty much does it for the awards. So thoughts on any specific awards? What this whole awards show is like? Thoughts in general. I'll start out. I want to play Hellblade now.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to play it before, but now I want to even more. It's really fucked up, apparently.
Yeah, like it seems like it was like for me, I didn't like really go on like my radar at all for like games, but now I'm like, I need to play Hellblade. Obviously the top 5 nominated for Game of the Year I'm interested in, and then Cuphead makes me want to play that even more.
I have played it a little bit,
and then Wolfenstein 2 makes me interested in that. I think it won 2 awards, best action game and like narrative. I think
didn't narrative go to something else? Pretty sure it went to something else.
We're checking.
Where's narrative on this list? Game of the Year, game direction, narrative. Oh yeah, What Remains of Edith Finch.
Yeah, okay. I thought it was something else.
But yeah, it was nominated for best narrative.
Okay.
But yeah, some games that I want to play now from seeing that. Overall, I thought it was a good awards show. And some cool things.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is kind of weird because I guess going into this year, and I mean, coming up to the end of this year, like it didn't really feel like there were a whole lot of big games.
A lot of them came out in the spring.
Yeah, and so I was just really surprised.
Well, like
I like all these games. I'm like, oh yeah, that exists. Like I just
haven't
forgot.
I haven't had time to like play them. You know,
Yeah.
I'm still playing games I bought last year. You know, like
yeah.
I think you look at games that came out in the spring that were nominated for Game of the Year: Horizon Zero Dawn,
Persona 5,
Legend of Zelda. PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds kind of came out in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, that was like a summer thing.
I just recently got into that though.
Yeah.
And then the latest one is Super Mario Odyssey.
Right.
But like the majority of the games for Game of the Year came out in the early half, which like never happens.
Yeah.
It's a lot of like the best games usually come out in the fall and
so I guess it was pretty
October,
quiet.
November.
Mm-hmm. The fall was relatively quiet this year. I mean, Call of Duty came out.
Battlefront 2.
So
Destiny 2. Yeah.
Destiny 2. I think
a lot of
as well.
sequels, I guess.
Sequels. You know, things people expect every year. Those kind of games.
So that no one
Assassin's
really pays
Creed.
attention.
Assassin's Creed.
I'm surprised Assassin's Creed
that game
wasn't
is apparently
nominated
really
for
good.
things.
Apparently, that game's like fucking awesome.
I'm not surprised that it didn't get nominated because it's a bad series.
I don't know, but apparently this is like one of the better ones that I've seen.
enjoyed most of them. I'll say that.
It's okay to have awful taste in games. That's fine. Just kidding. I don't mean to be cynical.
especially the fourth one.
So yeah, not much in the way of the big AAA games that came out this year.
That's fine. I mean, like we got a lot of great shit otherwise. You know?
Yeah.
I was surprised to see Tooth and Tail on there. Like I said, I saw that a couple times on Steam. I don't think that's a big studio game. I'd have to go back and check. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But it's just so like unknown. The fact that it even got nominated is like, what?
Right.
I gotta go check that out because apparently it's good. If it's not a big studio and it got nominated, then it has to be pretty damn
Also,
good.
a lot of these single player games, Horizon, Super Mario Odyssey, Zelda.
And EA thinks single player is dead.
Lol. Most of my games are multiplayer that I'm playing right now, and I have just like an itch to play a good single player game.
Yeah, I always have like one of both kind of at the same time.
Yeah.
Like a couple of both. Like I have like a shooter that I'm playing every so often. I have like another multiplayer game, be it like WoW or something else, and then like single player thing I'm doing as well.
Persona 4
which right now it's like well, I haven't played Persona 4 in a while, but right now it's the Assassin's Creed game that came out like 2 years ago.
Right.
That's the one I'm doing, the single player one. Syndicate.
Syndicate.
Unity was 2014.
Unity and Syndicate, like it just kind of
Oh my God.
those all blur together for me.
Okay, like
same because they're all bad.
They seem like
so I'm gonna bitch about Unity here for a second. Like that game, right? It was like, you know, it looked really nice, and like, you know, I enjoyed the characters in the game, but holy shit, at least at launch, I don't know if it's fixed, I never played it again after I finished it. So I haven't played it since 2014, like a month after it came out. But like the frame rate was like 20 to 25 the entire game.
What?
It was
oh my God.
It was pretty rough.
How?
They just launched it that way.
I mean, they're so big on like graphical,
and like none of the other games
masterpieces,
were like that. None of them, you know.
Wow.
Like
that's awful.
They made it in a way that the new consoles couldn't handle it. That like it was used as a benchmark for 4K PCs until like last year because of how fucking hard it was to run. Like it was just like.
It might be because sometimes really silly shit can like run a game really slowly. So I bet you anything was like just a stupid bug.
Oh, it was crowds. That was the biggest problem.
Okay.
Speaking
Crowds
of frame rate
NPCs.
dips, I played Halo 5 this past week, and that dips a lot, I've noticed.
It dips a lot, and like the dynamic res kicks in, and it looks like shit every so often. Like
so, like get an Xbox One X. That's my thought.
Did you watch any of the Digital Foundry content?
Oh yeah,
about
I've watched
the
a
Xbox
lot
One
of
X
that
for that game. Like it was like, wow, the game actually looks really good.
I've seen actually I was paying a lot more attention to like the Halo 3 stuff they did with that. But yeah, I've seen a lot of the Digital Foundry stuff, which is really good.
Yeah, it actually made me want to get one because it was like, yeah, I play like probably like a third of my games on Xbox, so like that might make sense, you know, for me to get one of those at some point.
Right. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, just something I noticed this past week. Any other Game Awards stuff that we noticed? I guess we should. Let's move on. It's still a Game Awards stuff. Trailers. So
not that many this year.
Yeah. They showed off some new things in the Valley of the Gods. The DLC for Zelda: Breath of the Wild will be Champion's Ballad, which is out right now. They announced Soul Calibur 6. Announced Bayonetta 1 and 2 are coming to the Switch. And then that Bayonetta 3 is coming out. I don't know, sometime later. I think 2018, 2019. Also a Switch exclusive. Showed Fade to Silence, Death Stranding trailer, which was weird as fuck again.
Really
showed a
fucking
Way
weird.
Out.
Right.
Trailer for PUBG Desert Map, a game called GTFO, which to me looks like Left 4 Dead, and then Metro Exodus. I think there's others I'm missing, but just a few of the trailers that showed up. Anything that stood out to you, interest you?
I mean, I thought that Death Stranding trailer was really strange. Like I liked what I saw, but I don't know Like, I still have no idea what the game is.
I think.
Yeah, well,
I have no
my
idea.
question is there a game? We haven't
Yeah.
seen any gameplay or anything
Yeah,
like that, and this has been like 3 years now.
I was thinking, like, where did I see someone talking about this? It was on Colin's Last Stand side quest video about the, I think, PlayStation in general.
Right.
Like, on that, he was kind of saying that, like, this game's not coming out on the PS4. It's coming out on whatever,
like whatever's after
the
it.
PS5 or whatever. Like, it is not happening. Like, because they haven't even like fucking like really done anything with it yet.
Yeah, it's been 3 years since they announced it, right? Or at least I think, right? We've seen 3 different trailers.
It wasn't that many years ago, though.
Maybe 2.5, because
the first trailer was at
E3.
last Game Awards. Was at like Game Awards 2016.
Well, no, the first trailer was at an E3.
Was it at E3 or was it at a?
There was a trailer at Game Awards, but maybe because Game Awards 2016, E3 2016, maybe so like 2 years, 2.5 years. Or I guess a year and a half. Sorry. I don't know why I'm saying that. It just feels like a long time since Kojima left Konami.
I'm gonna look up when the Death Stranding trailers
Like,
happened.
I
I'm
feel
curious when this was announced.
It seems like it's gonna be that kind of game that just doesn't make any sense. Like, it's like all its messages and its story is so like cryptic, like trying to be too artistic. Like that's my fear is what it's gonna become.
What I'm kind
from what I've seen, anyways.
Like, I'm kind of annoyed. Is like it seems like there's a ton of hype around this.
Yeah.
Mainly because it's Kojima.
Okay,
right?
yeah, it was announced at E3 2016.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
a year and a half, kind of.
About a year and a half ago.
But yeah, so Kojima has been at least out of Konami for at least 2 years now. So potentially we've been working on it for 2 years. But anyway, I'm not buying into the hype really yet, and I want to see
anything with
it's like
it just looks really
it's
weird.
Like,
so far. I like the atmosphere. Whatever.
This seems like I have. I think. Well, what is it? That one. Shit. What's that game called? That it failed epically. The space game.
Which space game?
No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
So No Man's Sky.
This one though, you cannot get any gameplay features out of this trailer.
Yeah.
It's not like they're promising you expansive, never-ending, exploratory, open world universe.
Sure,
but
it's
about
like
the hype.
The hype, like the whole. It's another Game Awards sort of thing. Like No Man's Sky was announced at Game Awards and was like for some reason Game Awards pushed No Man's Sky like really hard, and then obviously it failed. And it seems like they're doing the same thing with Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Jeff Keighley, the person who produces the Game Awards, seems to be really behind it.
I mean, it's a Kojima
friends
game,
with Kojima.
so like everybody and their fucking mother in the industry is like gonna be freaking out.
I feel like
it's
gonna be like everyone's gonna buy it, and it's not gonna be as good as the hype is.
Probably not.
Like I think that's just like it's gonna take off.
I don't know,
because everyone's hyped about Hideo Kojima, and that's it.
This past year and a half or so, a lot of games like just fell off to hype.
Yeah.
Like No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
You had Last Guardian, which really fell off.
It's apparently not a Last Guardian was not bad, I guess.
But yeah, stuff like that. I don't know. I'm holding out to see gameplay.
Yep.
But
yeah, before I make any actual judgments.
And I guess what doesn't help either is I'm not really a big Metal Gear Solid fan.
Yes,
Metal Gear fan.
Yeah, I don't have any like connection, like emotional.
I got really frustrated at the first boss of Metal Gear.
Yeah,
Metal Gear Solid.
The
fucking
PS1 game.
Yeah, the fucking bullet guy that like.
God, that guy was a bitch.
I was like, this doesn't make any sense. I'm not playing.
I think I beat him eventually, but
I didn't. I gave up. Straight up. Ugh.
But other things. Something that stuck out to me: Soul Calibur 6. They're coming back with new Soul Calibur games.
Yeah, that's kind of exciting.
I like that.
Obviously, Bayonetta 3 stands out.
Still haven't beaten the first one.
PUBG, Dune Desert Map. A Way Out which we saw at E3, stood out to me again. I mean, it looked like the same trailer almost. But anyway, still excited about that game. And Metro Exodus, also excited.
Metro Exodus, I'm like really hyped.
Yeah, I want that because I like those fucking games.
I got recently. It's an old game. I got Stalker. I think I got Call of Pripyat.
Yeah,
is the one I got. Yeah, and it's a lot older than the Metro, like Metro Last Light and whatever. But it's the same kind of like post-apocalyptic mutant like place, and I like bought that to like feed that desire for now. But I'm really hyped about Metro Exodus. I cannot wait. It's gonna be sick. Hopefully. If it's bad, I'm gonna cry.
I mean, it'll probably be good.
Yeah, most likely.
The previous games were good. Kind of the same thing, you know.
Yeah.
All right. Any other thoughts on the Game Awards and stuff and new trailers?
Nothing I like outright strongly disagreed with. Still stunned by Mario plus Rabbids being like the strategy game of the year, but whatever.
Yeah.
Who am I to judge?
So yeah, that does it for the news this week. Let's get on to the juice. So, a lot of issues with balancing. Jay, you brought this up in our discussions earlier.
Yeah.
So why don't you lead this topic?
Yeah, so I guess two of the games I've been playing relatively recently that I noticed this in very strongly was Destiny 2. Like very recently I noticed this. And Overwatch. A while back I kind of noticed this. And Overwatch, Blizzard has like this need to balance the game. And they're doing really well until the Mercy buff is where I saw it go way wrong.
When did that happen?
The first like when she was like flying around at like the speed of sound with like her super pistol and like could just res everyone. Gotta go fast. Sonic the Mercy. And in Destiny 2 they made a gun that can kill within like a second. It's like a laser gun. So instead of like gunplay and interesting mechanics, it's just laser tag. And it just got me thinking like how hard it is to balance a game and like how important it is. So yeah, like I guess what games do you think do it really well, do it really poorly? How important do you think it is to a game? Like is it the most important thing?
It's difficult to do. I would say like it's important to like try to make the game try to make it so there isn't just one strategy that everyone has to use in order to win.
Right.
But like in games with a lot of characters like Overwatch, League of Legends, Dota, stuff like that. Even like shooters, you know, like Call of Duty or Battlefield, or hell, even Halo to some extent. Although I would say that's less of a problem because you don't pick your weapons really. There's just specific ones on the map. It's a little less of a problem. But there's gonna be like some strategies that are just better, you know, like some team comps in like Overwatch or League of Legends that are just gonna be better, and you can't really avoid that. And so it's just continually the developers are gonna try to balance the game, and that'll just change which strategies are viable at the time. But as long as there's like a good number of viable strategies, as long as there isn't just like you have to pick this or you lose type of situation, you know, as long as that's not going on, I don't think it's too big of a deal. Because ultimately, like it's even if there are just a set of strategies that are better, it's at that point it's just down to the skill of the team, you know.
Right.
Like it's like I agree with you. Like sure there's gonna be some that are better, but as long as there's like a variety of them. Like, there's not just one or two, maybe like 3 or 4, or even probably more, if possible. Obviously, balancing is important. Should obviously strive for that. Obviously, not going to happen every time.
Right.
Different things are obviously different. And so they're going to be different. They're good in different ways, bad in different ways, and something is definitely better in some, you know, overall, just because of the aspect it goes over. But I think I'd agree with the whole. It's fine if there's some that are better, just as long as they're not the only thing that, you know, you have to do in order to win. Like for example, my first jump to was like Pokemon, right? Like, for the most part, even though there are Pokemon like competitively that are just better, there's a lot of variety in what you can choose and still be like competitive. Just a thought that came to my mind. And then Halo, obviously, pretty easy to be fairly balanced when everyone's on the same equal playing. Like, everyone has the same thing to begin with.
And I think something I've noticed too, in games like Call of Duty and Battlefield, like where you can choose your loadout, it's a lot harder to balance than games like Halo or.
Halo's kind of the only popular shooter that does that.
Yeah.
That does the
but like I mean, even like Pokemon to some extent, like you have to go out and find the Pokemon.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like it's not just
you pick the loadout.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and
like,
it makes it a lot easier.
Like for instance, right now in Call of Duty, like World War II, the fucking bar is like ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like I've played like I've played ranked a couple times because it just came out a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Like, I think a couple games, my entire team had the same gun, same attachments. Like, I mean, we all four of us, same everything. You know, because it was just that good. Yeah, you know. So
that's how it was in Destiny 2. I was the only one without this like
the laser thing.
I can't remember what the gun's called. Something lens. I think I don't have any interest to get it because it kind of seems to make the game dumb. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I've never like tried balancing anything myself, I guess, so I can't really.
Hard. I mean, it's clearly pretty hard.
Yeah,
you know?
clearly.
Otherwise, all games would be balanced, and it would just be easy and great. But
yeah.
So I think that does it for us this week in episode 126 of the Clever Digital Podcast. Jay, if people wanted to find you on the social media sphere, where could they do that?
Easiest place to find me is on Twitter at Jayden Reinhart.
And JJ, what about you? Where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter, JJ Larson 107.
And you can find me at Kody Misialek on Twitter. You can find us all at Clever_Original on Twitter. And as you are right now, listen to us each and every week, SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, and other podcast services. And we'll catch you next week, guys, on episode 127.
Peace.
Woo!